My husband has a friend that he kept around even though she makes everything about herself, and when I asked him to cut her off, he started going behind my back and venting to her about me, and now she is making herself the victim because I exist in her friend's life. Me, 24 female, and my husband, 24 male, have been married for almost 2.5 years. We dated for 3.5 years before that, got together when we were 19, right after he finished Navy A school. Things were good early on. The problem is this one friend of his, 25 female. They went to high school together and apparently had mutual crushes back then. She had a boyfriend at the time, for about 2 to 3 years, so nothing happened between them. But she did flirt a lot and mentioned she wanted to hurt her boyfriend back because she chose to stay with him after he cheated on her, so she'd reach out and flirt with my husband, and it was mutual. After the military, they were both single, and she told him she also had feelings for him, but that's when I came into his life. He ultimately chose to be with me instead of pursuing her. But this woman has always been a point of tension. In the beginning of our relationship, he would compare me to her, and it really messed with my self-esteem. I didn't like her from the jump because of that. Eventually, I gave him an ultimatum, her or me. He said he chose me and cut her off. Except, he didn't. Not really. He went behind my back multiple times to keep her in his life. He even vented to her about me. I reacted emotionally, yeah, I was hurt and angry. We fought about it. But then things quieted down. Until recently. A few weeks ago, he went out with her for drinks at around 10 p.m. She told him she had dinner plans with her mom, so I guess drinks came after that. He ended up taking her to a coffee shop afterward. She had Ubered there, so he felt obligated to drive her back to her place. He knew I wouldn't be okay with that, but did it anyway. Before she got out of the car, she literally said, "I'd invite you in, but I know I put your wife through a world of hell tonight." Like, what? Who says that? She's baited him before too, once told him she was scared to live alone, which I've brought up to him, and she always finds ways to keep a connection going. When I express discomfort, he dismisses it. He tells me I'm delusional or too emotional because I didn't have serious relationships before him. It's honestly making me feel gaslit. After that hangout, he insisted I meet her to ease the tension. So we went out, me, him, and her, for dinner and hookah. She was nice to my face and even invited us to her family's cabin. But a few days later, she texted him saying it felt weird to be around us as a couple. We never went out with her again. Every plan after that fell through. Either she bailed, or we said no because my husband doesn't like large crowds, so a parade/costume party was too much, but he said given her a maybe. Fast forward to now, he says she's acting unlike herself and wants to see her again to check in and hang out one-on-one. He even told me that if he can't hang out at her place, then what's the point of the friendship? I said absolutely not. After a long argument, I stupidly agreed to let him hang with her in public for an hour. Since then, he's been swiping up on her stories and complimenting her. He says it's harmless, but I've also caught him in shady behavior with other women before, like a classmate, 20 female, from an online class. He didn't tell her he was married, and when he finally did, she ghosted him.